Over 18% of women and girls in Rwanda miss out on work and school because they cannot afford menstrual pads. Apart from the fact that period poverty affects them on a personal level, it also results in a significant GDP loss per woman every year. In an attempt to solve the issue, reusable pads are thought to be a very good idea, especially those that one has to buy once in a very long time. For example, Cosmopads.
My name is Brandine Muziranenge. I'm the founder and CEO of Cosmopads. It's a social enterprise that focuses on improving menstrual, maternal and child health in Rwanda, but we also do it in distributing some of the products in Africa. I started Cosmopads in 2014. In that time, I was into publishing. My background was in IT. I had done also something in business, but all my professional experience was in media, but as an IT. So when I started, I was looking at something I'm passionate about. It was mostly giving information about parenting or anything about new moms, becoming a mom, parenting their babies. So that way I started by publishing online and print magazine. And after that, I shifted from printing to focusing on a mobile app to keep the same information for maternal and child health. And as well, besides the app, I was making clothing for pregnant women and breastfeeding moms. So with the journey of writing and social work, that's the time I started writing on my personal story on challenges as an adolescent to get products for menstrual hygiene. That was 2010, and as I was writing, I checked on how is other girls, how are they coping with this in Rwanda. So that was the time we had the recent research was showing that we have 18% of the girls and women who miss work or school because they can't afford to buy menstrual products. So 2017, I kept advocating for the same issue. It was a personal mission, not for the Cosmopads or anything. But 2018, I realized that it's same on the same mission of improving women's health. So I started making different products, different samples, focusing on the local materials that I could find. And I was looking, searching on Google, what works, what doesn't work. Is it something that can be used? And from other countries, developed countries, they were using this really a lot. Not only on the side of the health, because the other pads have chemicals, but also on the side of protecting the environment. So 2018, I kept using local materials, but they had different issues. The materials were not consistent. I could go back and don't find the same. I was just using different materials to be able to to achieve all the layers of the absorbency, quality and everything. So 2019, that's the time I decided to take it to get the products for the raw materials from China. And since then we use the same materials. When I started, it was the idea, and 2019 when we had different samples and the final, what we can call the final product. We attended a program called Tech to Empower that was sponsored by WEC. So there it was about branding Cosmopads and how pricing and everything. So the team we had there, they fundraised for us to be able at least to bring more raw materials, because I was ordering by freight, and it was really expensive. So since then, the same year, 2019, the Cosmopad project won the Youth Connect Africa Awards. So that was also one of the prize money helped me to keep going. And the same year, we won the same the award there. It was for Invest to Impact Africa for women's empowerment. So that was 2019. We got all the money to bring in a lot of raw materials, and COVID kicked off. So 2020 we also got another grant from USAID for keeping working, even though we had the pandemic. So the whole team kept working. We didn't cut off like employees just because of COVID. And from there, I think we joined the program from Sigo Family Foundation. So from there, we got another grant specifically for Cosmopads. And also, I attended another program called Next Health Accelerator, and it was mostly on the sexual and reproductive health. But they also gave us the grant, and it was specifically for Cosmopads. And after all of them, I think there is another program I attended. It has different sponsorship. I'm still attending it, and I think the main sponsor is GIZ. And the recent launch that we had, it was for the bigger investment we had for expanding the production. All the grants were just for us at least to distribute the pads or make sure that we we have materials in our stock or all those things. But the new sponsorship from the King Bodwe Foundation was mostly for expanding to move from like a team of 10, 20 to a team of 100 girls and women, and being able to make Cosmopads to the level that by next year we can make Cosmopads like to all the 2 million girls who are on average like the ones who are missing school or work because they can't afford the pads. So when I started with the local materials, I could go looking for this kind of frizz material and another material like outside that can try to be waterproof, because I couldn't find a fully waterproof material. And because it wasn't fully, I was trying to make the endings this way, but it wasn't perfect because some hours it started leaking. So from there I started looking for like using the gels because it also works, but still I didn't find the material that is waterproof. And with the gels, I had learned that like overlocking can help in just not holding the bacteria or any other microbes. So from there, I decided to check for a better material that I could use. So that's the time we started making like these ones. So the most pain was on the waterproof side. So this is waterproof. And on this side, it was consistent and it's really soft. And for the absorbent material, we could find one that works and easy to clean. So with all of them, and in the beginning, when I was trying to see how to attach it, like locally, I could only find the metal snaps. But when I went for the China ones, I could find the plastic ones that doesn't disturb anyone when they wear it. So this is like the standard size for most of the people. This is okay for them, but there are also other people who prefer these ones, like this size. And apart from this, and this is for the blood normally. And there are some people who have really like heavy froze. So we make this for them, or anyone else who is like maybe on the second day, my fro is really heavy. We make this like Supermax pads. And most of the people were like, we keep buying panty liners every time. Can you make some for us? So after like 2 years, that's the time we started making them. Like for the people who were like, I always buy panty liners and I feel like this can work for me. So that's why we made this. But most of the time, our packaging for the pads, we be having this. And our standard package is like made of 5 of them. And after putting 5, we put a weight bag for culling, whether it's a used one or a new one. And it's waterproof so that they can keep it, doesn't have any smell or anything. And apart from that, we also add a drying strap. It's made from some waste materials that we get after cutting. So this drying strap is for like any girl, any woman who cannot have somewhere to hang their pads. So it's just for using it to be able to hang it, because it's like to be able to dry on the natural light of the sun. And apart from this, we also add a manual guide in 3 languages so far. I don't know if there's someone else who uses another language, but we put Kinyarwanda, French and English, and some images of how to wear, how to clean, how to dry, how to maintain. Mostly it's this that we put in our package. The package of 5 for like any end users, it's 6,000 and it lasts for 2 years. And if it's for whether it's organizations or group of people who want to donate, we give it at 5,000. Using disposable pads, like those who use like the minimum amount, they can use 24,000 up in 2 years, like the minimum I know. So this one, if it's 6,000 for 2 years, it can be affordable. Like we count it as cost effective in the long run. And for the girls, when we put them on the market, the girls started calling and women like, yes, it's good, yes, it's like better for me, but I can't afford the whole package. So as putting like standard package of 5, it was just for someone to have like in the full cycle, using like 2, like 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, the 3rd in the evening, like the whole night. So in the morning, if like the 3 are not dry, you can use the remaining 2. So it was just for having the package that can work for the whole cycle. But when they told us the concern, because for us it's more about like all the costs that are incurred here, we have to like to cover it back to be able to buy other materials. So it's mostly that drove our costs. But we made like the smaller packaging that like when they were telling us, it was like for, yes, I want to get it because it's cheaper if I count in 2 years, but I can't afford it in one time. So that's the time we started making smaller packaging, singles, 2 pads, 3 pads. So we can give any number of the pads and the packaging as they want, so that they can at least afford it. When it's 1, it's 1,500 because we add all the accessories, but when it's a package of 2, it's 2,500. Mostly like when I started, the challenges were being able to work on our theoretical production capacity, because sometimes we could have the sales were not like consistent. Some people could come like, we need 5,000 packages, and we struggle to get them. We bring the materials by freight, and next time we plan for them, but they don't come. So it wasn't consistent that way. And sometimes they could come and we don't have materials. So with that, we have been able at least to get all the sponsorship and investment that could help us to have all the raw materials that can allow us to produce on our theoretical capacity of the team. So our future plan, focusing on this partnership with the King Broadway Foundation, is growing our team, at least creating 100 jobs through the partnership in making these products and being able to end period poverty by next year. In Rwanda, focusing on Rwanda, we can also grow beyond, but the focus was on Rwanda with that aim. And for us, what we believe is that it's also changing the mindset or how the girls feel about their menstruation, because they grew up with this shame around periods. So for us, with the girls that we work with, as they make money through making pads, of course for them they can now shift the way they look at periods now as something that is of their pride, or giving them power through making the pads. So normally when we say by next year making the 2 million, reaching all the 2 million girls who were struggling, it's in the whole country, because even now we distribute up country in all areas. We even export our pads, but by next year we want to cover the whole country, and our 5-year plan is that we can have operations in other African countries, because it's not only us who have 18%, because in sub-Saharan African countries it's 1 out of 4 girls now who miss school. So it's the same challenge, and the way we address it or the way we go for it matters.
To have healthy periods, girls and women require access to clean water, sanitation and hygiene facilities, affordable and appropriate menstrual hygiene materials, education on good practices, and a safe environment where they can manage menstruation without any embarrassment or stigma.